So this video will be for the very beginning Dremel carvers, a very beginner's wood spirit. For all you more experienced wood spirit carvers or that's been doing it for 6 months to a year, lots of people will say to you, well, is that all you carve? Can't you carve anything else? Why don't you carve something else? Who cares what those people say? Just like me with this video, I got 1,000, 10,000 wood spirit videos. People say to me, well, why don't you mix it up and carve different stuff? I carve what I want when I want. Today, I'm going to carve a wood spirit on this old piece of western cedar I found on the beach the other day. It's a western red cedar. It's first growth. It's got some beaver art on it right here. It's got beaver art right where my thumb is. Some beaver art right there. So my goal for this today is to try and carve a wood spirit in here and not touch the outside of the gray part and leave it old. And I never try and carve beaver art. I leave it their art the way it is. It's natural. It's cool looking. So let's draw on where we're going to carve in here today. So, when you got a piece like this, you can carve the whole piece if you want to. This piece, actually, somebody just ordered an owl. I should actually use this piece for an owl, but no, I don't want to carve an owl today. I want to carve a wood spirit. That's just the way it is. So, how do I want to do this? I think you can make it so it's got like a point up here and it comes down and the carving's inside the piece. You're going to have to carve some depth to do this way. Let's see. Let's give you a better. Can we get a better angle here? Better view. There we go. I'm not going to do much editing on this video. I just really do not have the time. I got to get on with the Christmas challenge, and this piece will be. Will go to one of the winners for the Christmas challenge, whoever participates in it. So let's just kind of give this one. Don't forget, you make sure where you put your pen mark. You don't want to touch this gray wood. So now I got that pen on there. I have to carve that pen away because I'm not going to be able to erase it from this wood. So we'll just go like this. Don't touch the beaver art. Leave the beaver art on the sides. Got some side here. I always like my wood spirits heads to be smaller than bigger when I start. I can always make them bigger later, but it's harder to make them smaller later. I can, but it's just more work. So there will be the eyes. Have a center line down here. It will be the nose. You can give it a big nose. You can give it a small nose. You can give it a thick nose. You can give it any kind of nose you want. I suggest the way I do it when I'm making these videos, I give this the same angle on both sides, and I try and make both sides the same length. The more that you do, the more that you can adjust it if you don't draw it on proper. Now, since it's Christmas season now after Halloween, that's when this video will be out. It's October 28th when I'm making this. But if you want to make this a Santa spirit, all you need to do is just make your mustache like this. Go up like that. That's boom. Then a bottom lip there. There's your Santa spirit. But we're not doing that today. I could carve a Santa spirit for the giveaway, but I'd much rather have somebody have a chance to win one of my normal wood spirits. So, because then they can keep it up all year round. So what I'm going to do first, because I don't want to carve on this edge. I don't want to hit that. If I hit that, the whole plans might change for the piece. I'm going to get this Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr here. If you want to get the Kutzalls, go down to the description below and it will take you to the Kutzall site. I'm going to go along this line and carve here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve deep. Deep says to carve deep. Right here, I'm going to carve from here to here, all in here, and I'm going to carve this deep down that way, sloped this way. That's the way you can get the nose to stick farthest off the face, by sloping it all back, right? Then we can remove the wood. I'll have to redraw this face back on. Anyways, carry on. Okay, so you guys can see the depth that I put in here. You don't have to do it this way. There's so many different ways to do it. It's just this the way I'm doing it for this video. I try to simplify it for the very beginners. You can see here I didn't touch any of the outer wood, which is surprising because I'm so freaking... Oh, this tape, I put it on my finger like that because when you're holding this Dremel flex shaft, you know, sometimes you get a big dent in there, and even though I got the biggest callus right there, it still helps to put the tape on there because then you won't get such a big dent in your... I put this tape on when I'm carving fast and crazy. Anyways, it's just something that I do, and it's good for the beginners to know that. Hi, Spike. Anyways, let's get this camera back on the overhead and draw our face back on. So you see me carving the Western Red Cedar lots. I like the first growth because it has better, holds the detail better. First growth means it's naturally born by the trees. It's not planted by man, and it grows in an old forest that has lots of like bigger trees and stuff like that. So this tree may not have got the most sun, so it grows at a super slower rate. So the grains are a lot tighter compared to this. You know, when it's planted by man, basically it's put on a clear. They plant all the little trees on the where it was logged, and those little tree saplings can have so much sun they can grow super fast. When they grow super fast, that's when you get the bigger rings, right? The bigger growth rings. Just a fact. So the first growth cedar usually comes from a old forest. So now we got the slope here. See how I did that? I could have brought it back to here more. It's okay. We can take it down more later if we want. So there's our eyes here. Center line. I want to give this guy a short, thick nose. I kind of like those. Like, I'm not trying to carve a real wizard here. All right, I'm trying to carve a wood spirit. Wood spirits are, for the very beginners, they're just something that the travelers used to carve in the trees through the paths if they thought the paths that they traveled were haunted. They would carve these wood spirits in the trees because they act as good spirits and they get rid of all the old spirits. Sorry, get rid of the bad spirits. So, whatever. All right, so now I'm going to lightly carve under these eyebrows. I'm going to carve along this nose here. I always say I know my wood spirit videos are repetitive, and I don't care. It's just the way she goes. I always carve deep here, from here. This will always be for me. This will always be the deepest part of the carving around this part of the nose. That's how you can get the nose to stick far off the face under the mustache. You can have your nose hang this far off, or you can have your nose hang this far off. I'm just showing you beginner Dremel carvers the things that I do when I'm doing the carving. So I'm going to cut across here, then cut around the nose, remove some of that wood underneath the eyebrows. I'm going to cut deep under the nose, and I'm going to remove some wood. Then I'm going to cut deep. Then I'm going to remove some wood. Not too much, though. I say carve deeper, but not in every case. You don't want to carve too deep because then you might have problems trying to re-correct it. I've carved so many wood spirits. I'm not the best carver. My wood spirits are my wood spirits, but I have a formula the way I do it, and then, you know, I'm not a naturally born artist, and the formula that I found like this works the best for me. Now, I'm not even going to draw the mustache on because I still got to get this nose to pop off from right here, right? So that's the goal of this, to get the eyebrows to pop off and the bottom of the nose, and give it some bridge of the nose here. Also, another thing too for the very beginners, don't draw the bridge of your nose like that. Leave it wider like I got here. It's easier to make it thinner than it is if you carve it on too thin than wider. If you draw it on too thin and carve it too thin, that means you just have to carve deeper. That's when carve deeper comes into effect. Carve deeper to make it thicker again. So I gotta say sorry. I thought I was filming when I carved this, but I wasn't. So here you can see there's my eyebrows established. Here's the nose. I carved deeper underneath the nose from this point to this point all the way around here. Terribly sorry. So now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I slope that wood back. I think it's better to do that before you start the carving, to slope this wood back, well, before you start your face, because now from doing that, so here's the eyebrows right here, okay? I'll put this pen there. Now look how that nose sticks farther off than the eyebrows. I don't know if you guys can see on camera. Now the nose sticks farthest off the face. Not by much, doesn't matter. If you want it to stick way farther off the face, just carve these eyebrows in deeper. Then the nose will stick really far off. So there's what you got so far. And I decided I wanted to give this guy like a thicker kind of warlock nose. So there's different ways to draw your mustache on. You can go like this, straight down, and then go like this. And give him a lip there, an open lip, whatever you want to do. Or you can bring it off the sides, then go like this. And then go like this in here. Sorry, I know it's messy with all these lines. Then bring it down, then bring it down. That way you can get a nice big bottom lip in there. And that's the way we're going to do it. So I'm going to cut on the outside of these lines, removing some of this wood, not too much, because we still got to carve depth in there for the nostrils, and the bit later on the mustache will kind of like, you'll get a line like this, and it will all connect. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. So what I'm going to do now is carve here, make the mustache elevate off the piece, and I'm going to carve in here, make the mustache elevate. I'm going to remove lots of this wood in here. Then I'm going to carve the bottom lip in. Just a little cut underneath there, and clean it up. And this, yeah, okay. I don't know if I said it in this video already. You guys will see this cedar smoking. It's smoking because it's wet. Okay, so now I'm going to remove all this wood in here. Then I'm going to carve the bottom lip in. Okay, so I look at, this is kind of when I use a little bit of realism. I look at the nose here. This guy's got a huge wide nose, like a warlock nose. But then the mustache, see the lip? It goes past the nose on both sides. I just try and make sure those two are the same. Past the nose. So that's where it bends, starts bending right there. Starts bending right there. So you can see that this one's a little bit wider, so I can make this one just a little bit more of a... Okay, now I'm going to cut the bottom lip in. Now remove the wood. Okay, so there you can see the bottom lips exposed. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to carve really deep in this corner and this corner, and we're going to make the lip not look so flat. So we'll carve deep in here, taper some of this wood out, and make this lip look rounder inside there. If you got to recarve your lip on, then recarve your lip on. Okay, so there's my 2 deep cuts. Now I'm gonna, you see here how I carved the lip away. See that? There's no more lip there. But I'm gonna round that off underneath that lip, and it's gonna look like there's a lip inside there that wraps around. See that? Now it looks like there's a rounded lip inside there. Same with this side. Now kind of round it. Take the mustache down lower. The mustache doesn't need to stick that far off the face. The mustache just only needs to be like that far off the face. So you see, by doing that deep cut in there, look how far that mustache sticks off. But I'm just going to take it down. I'm going to take the mustache lower. And another thing too, like a smaller bottom lip, and everything's my opinion, a smaller bottom lip looks better than a bigger bottom lip. So I could make that lip smaller. All you have to do is just kind of do a trim along the bottom. All right. All right. So now is the time where you want to sit there and look at your carving and see how happy you are with it and what needs to be changed or corrected. So the eyelid, the eyebrows are pretty well the same height. That's good. I might have carved a little bit this mustache into a little bit too deep, because that's what I said. You got to be careful. You don't want to carve too deep, not all the time. Carving deeper means fixing your mistake. So now I'm going to have to carve a bit deeper in here to fix that. So the bottom lip's good for me. The mustache would This is a friggin' wood spirit inside of a tree. Um, so it would come. It's inside the tree. It would come over in there, and we're not going to touch that wood. And our beard hairs will come down here. We still need to separate these eyebrows, right? We need to do some carvings here, like remove the wood here, and then all up in here to make your eyebrows pop. And it doesn't have to be that much deeper. Like you don't have to carve those eyebrows like so they're super big. Um, but what we're going to focus on now is shaping this nose. It's still square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run along and shape it to make it look like right where this pen is the highest point of the nose. So I'm going to take wood away from each side, rounding it off and going from side to side. I'm not going to talk. You guys will just see me carving. You'll see me jumping from side to side. Then the nostrils are going to come up over here and then down here. So it's all a nice smooth line with the mustache. Okay. Okay. But I'm going to drink some more coffee first. Don't have much left. I might have to make some more. Okay, so, and also don't feel like you have to carve as fast as I do if I haven't said that already. I know I'm a freak, but the faster that I move this little pointy cut-saw bit for the very beginners, the faster I move it, the less chance it has of chaffering. Like carving slow, it could bounce off, but that's how I carve better, by moving it fast. It doesn't stick to the wood and bounce off. Ignite the fan. Okay, so I'm rounding off one side of the nose. Then I'm going to go to the other. Like, don't just fixate on one side at a time. I'm going to do this, then back to this. Okay, I'm going to look at it center. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Carve below it a bit more. Carve the lip down more. Okay, now the nostrils. They're going to come up over here and then down here. Going to come up over here, then down. This line's going to carry on down here. Okay, so you got your nostrils cut in, the lines cut in. So now remove some more of this wood here on each side of the nose and a little bit down here. So now look, this is hard to do on screen because I can't get really center in it. But now I look at the nose. I might have to carve this lip in deeper because I don't have much room under there for nostrils, right? So I got to carve deeper around this nose again and take this mustache back lower. If I got to take this mustache back lower, if I got to carve this mustache deeper, that means I might have to carve this lip in again and carve it deeper. And then you get some nice things there. Well, I could put nostrils in there, but, and also I have to look at the piece straight on and make sure this is the same height as this side. And then here too, you want your nose can, like, how can I explain this? It could be lower here, right in this point, than here. So you just want to try and make the nose the same level. Like I need to fix this. I need to cut this part away to make it more like that. I need to take some of that wood away. See how deep I'm carving in there? Okay, now nostrils, I'm going to carve up and under. Okay, do you want to give this guy? You want to give this guy a bumpy nose, like so it looks like he's got a broken nose? Just do a cut across here. Okay, so see that cut there? Now just round off each side. Carve beside the bridge of the nose, take it down a bit lower. Okay, so there's our nose in. I always got big schnauzers, but I wanted this guy to have a big nose. It looks good enough for me. So now, the eyebrows. I'm just going to split the eyebrows. Cut a line straight across. Okay, so now we cut that line straight across for the eyebrows. See, there it is. I'm tapping on it. Now we got to remove some wood for the forehead again. All right. There's the bump on the nose. Nostrils in. Bottom lip's good. Now, What next? I think, oh yeah, the bridge of the nose with the eyebrows. So you can carve beside here, beside the bridge of the nose, like right here and right here. You can carve there deeper and remove some of that wood in here to get the bridge of the nose to go lower than the eyebrows, if that makes sense. Like I can't explain it. I'll just kind of do it. Okay, now remove that wood. Now I'm going to take that bridge of the nose. I'm going to slope it back. I'm going to slope it back more. Sometimes you just have to keep readjusting things. Okay, so we kind of lost the bump in the nose because we had to slope it back down more that way. But that's okay. There's still a little bump. This guy's got a huge schnauzer. Most of my wood spirits do, actually. Okay, so cheekbones. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of remove some of this wood. I just kind of carve fast and heavy. When they look like cheekbones, they look like cheekbones. Okay. Break time. Ha! Break time. So there we go. See how I just cut those cheekbones in quickly? So I want to take a moment and talk about something that's very important for carving or any type of art is lighting. You know, it's good to have lighting come from both sides. So I got this one, I can move it around. And then I got this one. This one's just kind of up here, stable like that. But it would even help. I do have a light up here too. I don't know if it's up there. Yeah, here it is right here, but that's not turned on. So make sure you have lighting coming from both sides and maybe up from above because, you know, let me try and move these lights around here. See how you get different shadow effects? It's good to have lighting coming from both sides, then you won't be fooled by shadows. Like, let's cover up this light. Well, that doesn't really make, let's just turn this one off for a second here. So that's not very good lighting when I'm doing the carving, and the shadows are messing with my mind when I'm doing the carving. But if I have lighting coming from both sides, it all seems like it just works better to have good lighting. So I really suggest good lighting. Um, Here we are. It's got the round lip in there, big old frumpy frump, whatever it wants to be. I think now we're going to quickly carve in the beard hairs. I stopped them here, so I'm going to carry these on and kind of make them go into the weathered part so it just kind of bleeds together. I've done pretty good by not touching the outside wood. Got lots of depth in there. Here's a just carve Rob's side view. See how the nose sticks farthest off the face? Not by much, but it does. And it doesn't have to, everybody. It doesn't have to. I just like to make it pop off the face. So I'm going to give this fellow, well, I'm going to try to give it real eyes. I'm not the best at carving eyes. I haven't practiced enough. But let's do the beard hairs. I'm going to first of all carve deep with this bit. Then I'm going to find the gold bit. This one's a little bit plugged up. I'll clean it up after. Then I'm going to use this bit and smooth everything out. All right, so let's do that. And then we got the aluminum cutter bit for the eyebrows. Where is it? I just had it for my last video. I'm making 2 videos today, but it's somewhere around here. And then we'll do the eyebrows. You can do the beards any way, which way you want. I'm just going to kind of leave this simplified. I'm not going to put a finish on this piece because I want somebody that's participating in the Christmas challenge to be able to win this piece. So I want to leave it basic so they can hang this in their carving room or whatever, and they can look at this if they want for reference. I don't know. Okay, so I just flipped it upside down so I can try and make these points here a little bit sharper. a little bit sharper. See how I'm crossing the lines gradually? I don't know if you could have heard me, but see how I was crossing the lines gradually? Where's a long line? Well, let's do right here. Smooth it all out. Make sure they're not right. Make sure they're not riding up the lip. Okay, where's that other burr? Yeah, I'm gonna get that other burr. Okay, I got the gold burr on, so I'm gonna run around the carving and kind of clean everything up with it. Sorry, I know I'm getting carried away. This is the gold flame burr. Cuts all. Okay, good enough. I gotta find that. Oh, here it is. This is aluminum cutting burr. You get these sets of 10 that's in my Amazon store. I'm gonna do the eyebrows with this cylinder burr on edge, like this. You know, if you really want to separate your beard hairs, this cylinder burr really does an awesome job for the beard hairs too. You just got to kind of let the burr do the work. You can give us age lines up here with this burr. Okay, now I'm going to carve the eyes off camera. Yep. So there you go. There's how to carve a wood spirit for the very beginning Dremel carvers. It's got a big pouty bottom lip. These eyes, I don't like the way I carved them in. I might change them a bit after. Let me see here how I can make those eyes look better. I got a marker here. Um, Maybe, or should I just leave it? Maybe I should just leave them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave them. But so this is gonna be a gift to whoever chips in for the Christmas challenge. Like not chips in. I mean whoever does the Christmas challenge. I put a hole in the back to hang it. I signed it there. I'll put Christmas challenge. Actually, Xmas mess 2020. I shouldn't be filming this 3. And J Johnson. There you go. J Johnson, Xmas 2023. So this will be one of the prizes forever who does the Christmas challenge. And that's it. Just that's why I didn't carve those eyes out. This guy looks like he's got psycho eyes. Anyways, Carve Fusion, over and out. There it is. You know what I really want to do is I want to carve those eyes out and say, look, everybody, your wood spirits do not have to have real looking eyes. But I don't think I should. I think I should just leave it. And yeah, it can be the psycho happy big pouty lip wood spirit on a piece of western red cedar. I got to fix those eyes. I have to. Okay, simple fix. I just got this cuts all taper burr here for the very beginning Dremel carvers. I put this in there and I hollowed out where I had those pupils burnt in. Now it looks better. Now it looks happier. Okay, Carve Fusion, over. I think it looks better. You might not think. I think it. We don't all think alike. Looks happier now, just like a big old frumpy guy. Somebody's going to win this. Okay, bye.